let's see. Okay, so yesterday got identifiers, keywords, and I did successfully get strings to work. So let me actually kind of show you what the results of that were. So you'll see here that it seems like it's still saying that's a string, but I'm like 90% sure that is actually an unknown, because if you do a valid string, so let's go ahead and do this, then you'll see that it prints out the string variant of the kind of token print function. So let's just go ahead and open this up. So if it is trying to print a string, then it will use this format. Otherwise, it'll use a more, I guess, I don't know how you would put it, just a more bare bones kind of format. And so just to verify that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add something in for the unknown here. Yeah. And there we go. Yep, so that is functioning exactly as I intended. Okay, so then the last, I think it's the last thing that I need to do is comments. And realistically, I don't have to do them, but it's a better idea. It's a good idea to have them. You know, because the plan is to be able to write stuff in this language, and one of the things that's pretty commonly put into comments is things like copyright info and things like that. So I should probably have it. So we'll go ahead and throw this in here. Just go copy that in. And I think that's everything that I need there. Okay, cool. So I guess we just get to the comment and then go from there. Okay. Now, there are going to be two types of comments, generally speaking. The first one is going to be just single-line comments, and those will be initiated by, I'm just going to do this. You'll have something like this, and then, whatever. The second type will be multi-line, and those are going to use the brackets to open and close. And these will also, you can also use these just in between like expressions or something like that if you want. Not the best idea necessarily, but yeah. Okay, so first one, let's see. So the lexer has already advanced by 1, so the next character here, if it equals an open brace, so this is going to be for multi-line comments. You know what? Hold on. Do something like this. Let's see. Int do that. Okay. Okay, let's just copy this. Because that is, it's going to be essentially the same thing with a few minor alterations. Oop. I was talking smack about the whole, you can see even comments get extended by using a backslash. And I was talking smack about that earlier. I now kind of see why they do it, because this is so much easier than what I would have to do in order to ignore this backslash. So I will retract that particular statement. Anyway, okay, else if do not multi-line. And in this case, we're also going to, let's see, do I want to, actually, I don't think I want to advance that, because I want to make sure that the new line does get detected. Otherwise, it's going to cause potential issues. Okay. And actually, while I'm here, there we go. Okay. Because there's no reason to count new lines as any more than however, like, if there's one new line, it shouldn't really be viewed any differently from if there's two new lines or more. So if somebody wants to do, you know, some expression, blah, 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 and then put multiple new lines, it should just count as one new line as far as the lexer is concerned anyway. Okay. Oop. I think that's everything that I need to do here. Oh, except there's anything else that I need to do for this. Okay. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. That's only a part of the token. Okay, so I didn't put it anywhere in here. So that's just in the new line detection. Here we go. Okay. So, cool. All right. Now, comment. It should include the close bracket. We'll word of that in a second. I'm going to test out the... Nice. And I also should probably include a thing that detects if the comment was actually closed, because it's not like it's going to end the world if it's not, because comments are not typically going to be something the interpreter actually ends up caring about personally, but the interpreter doesn't have a personality. You get my point. Okay, let's just go ahead and work on that. So, okay, so let's go here and let's kind of copy this down, because that's very, very similar to what I'm going to need to do here. Comments and strings are surprisingly similar. So, if that is not equal to and we'll call this a warning, because again, it doesn't actually affect anything significant. So it is still going to be a comment, it's still going to be valid. Technically, it's just not going to be recommended. Okay. Now, we're advancing the index. I guess we should also advance the token length. All right, cool. So, let's go ahead and get the file reading portion of this working, so that I can test out that syntax file and see if anything's broken. Not here. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to be assuming that the file is open, and it is a valid file. Actually, no. We'll check if it's a null, but other than that, yeah, that's probably just safer. And it's not that much effort to do that. Turn 1. Okay. I could also check if lexer is null. It's not likely to be an issue, but you never know. It's possible. Actually, That's not possible. Based on how it's currently being used, that's not possible. So I'm not going to worry about that yet. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do? We're just going to get the file length and I think use a long here, so all right, lexer code is no, we use fread, and let's see, it's code 1 length file. And I'll just go ahead and do this. So, oh, shoot. What else? So index equals 0. Yeah, basically, you know, just go like this. Copy that. There we go. So that's everything initialized, I think. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to have to get a bit more elaborate in order for this to work. Let's see, do I want to make it so that it reads files by default? I think so. So what we'll do here, let's see, we've got more than 30 minutes left. Yeah, plenty of time to work on this. I'll set it up so that if no arguments are supplied, then it'll open up like an interpretive environment. Or maybe if you use like -I or something. Because the goal, again, is to turn this into an editor, and so opening it up without any arguments should open to like a blank document or something like that, I would think. That makes the most sense to me. A lot of editors will do it that way. So we'll probably go that route, but then if you supply it a file name, then it'll just go and start doing that. So we'll go with that. Okay. So create from file. And make sure that we've got, actually I think standard IO is included. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then F close. All right. Supply a file name. Okay, what is? Okay. Let's make a few adjustments to the print function. So I want to make sure that I actually recognize new lines without it being weird. So let's see. I guess we'll go with okay. All right. Is that everything? I think that's everything. There we go. Ooh, we got some unknown stuff here. I should also print out the lexing for that. Otherwise, it's a little unclear what's going on. So what am I missing out on here? Unknown. Let's do this. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this nonsense. You know, just looking back at it, I don't know. That's not a very. It's not very. Oh, I should know. Now I know why. Never mind. I know why now. Talking crap about past me making the right decision. Okay. Token string. Token length. There. Okay. Okay. So. Commas, which I'm not detecting, it looks like. Am I missing out on anything else? If I knew how to use grep better, I'd probably just grep all the things that are unknown, but I do not know how to use grep very well. So, okay. Function, identifier, yeah, okay, cool. Unknown type, yeah, still commas. Okay, so it looks like the only thing that I have not set up are commas, potentially semicolons now that I think about it, because I might have forgotten about those too. Oops. Okay, well, it does seem to be working, mostly. Okay, operators. Okay, so we've got colons and semicolons. Good. Case, commas. Awesome. Okay. Why is that an identifier? That's wrong. Identifiers, yeah, that's okay. Okay, those are fine. Those are indeed identifiers, I'm pretty sure. Identifier void, that's not an identifier. That should be a keyword. Expression default. This is for match expressions, so I'm going to have to do a bit of work on these. Okay, so a couple of things that need to be fixed. Let's just go ahead and go ahead and open up that syntax file and read through it. Let's make sure that I'm not missing anything significant. Yeah, void is going to be Does it actually need to have void there? I don't think it does. Like, but it does. If it doesn't have a return type, it doesn't need a return type. I think I can get away without using void. It's not like it's the end of the world if I don't have it. No, it is the end of the world is, hold on. Here we go. This, I want to have default. I think it's a good idea to be explicit, and default is a fairly reasonable thing to explicitly state. I often see, like, a lot of languages will use like the underscore for that. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know. I think it's better to be a bit more explicit. So we'll go with that. So I need to add that to the list of keywords. And what else? What else am I looking at here? Comp time. I should add the comp time keyword just to the list of ones that I'm including. So I could also just make it basically just use this syntax and not have to worry about this being preceding it. I don't hate that. I think I like that. So we'll go with that. Okay. Is there any particular need to even list that this is a promise? I don't think so. I think that'll be fine. Remove comp time here. because again, I don't think I'm going to need it. Import. Import was something that, for whatever reason, was not being properly detected. So I'm not sure what's going on there, if it's just being weird or what, but we'll work with that later. Get rid of this void. And just checking through one more time. Okay. Let's go to the lexer header. Go to match, token type, default. I think that's everything I need. Okay. Okay, there's no import or export here. That might explain. Did I include, I'm pretty sure that I included import and export. I did not. Oh, interesting. Okay. Completely forgot about that, apparently. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll just throw it up here. Import and token type export. Should I also include from? I don't think so. I don't think I need to do that. Just go with this, I think. Copy that and here. They are keywords of great import. See, normally when people make a bad dad joke, they would see themselves out, but you got it. This is my house. Okay, I think I can just run this. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I don't think I included export here. Okay. Let's do a quick check here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, how do I want to handle exports? Like, this kind of stuff is relatively clear, but don't know how I should handle function declarations. And I don't, let's see. I don't think it should work like this. I don't like this. This feels like the wrong way to go about it. So what we'll do is have function, and this can be exported. And then, so this could take generic types like as a parameter. But then it would need to have a name, so something like new, and then whatever the type is. This here just feels really strange, so I don't quite like this as a member function declaration. So we'll get rid of that. This is going to be so this will be a function member variable, a member variable of the type of function. So we'll go with that, and these will be exported. So new will take, I don't know, and actually that doesn't need to be there. This is only in place because it's a function type that's getting there. And yeah, sorry, again, I'm not good at speaking in complete sentences while I'm trying to work on something. So just bear with me constantly starting and stopping my thoughts. Okay, I don't know. Thing1 of type generic. Then this will have some sort of declaration. And, you know, do something like that. Okay. I think that works. All right. I could also actually could remove this parameter and just have this be something that you can use throughout all of the whatever internal functions, whatever member functions are included, methods, I guess you call them. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't have any particular gripe with that, so I think we'll go with that. All right. I think that's everything. I mean, okay, this does not have to. I don't have to be like really pedantic about this stuff in particular. Like this is stuff that I can always deal with later. But I don't know. Just want to make sure that that was kind of taken care of. And actually. So one of the things that I would like it to be able to do is actually kind of detect and basically allow for dynamic typing in the case where it's interpreted. But then if you specify types and it's not the correct one, it's going to emit an error because obviously that's an error. You know, you shouldn't specify a type and then just screw it up. So half the point of static typing is just to have access to type checking. The other half is I don't know if it technically makes runtime faster, strictly speaking. but it can, and it can also make compiling a lot easier, and there are cases where it can make it faster, like the actual runtime. So anyway, that's a side issue. Let's go ahead. Oh, why is that not? Yeah. Okay. Clear. Okay, now I can start looking at the parser. And let's get started. Oh, not include, want. And parser.h. Okay, so we're going to need a bunch of different structures and some enums. So this is just short for statement. Short for expression. And I want to include how do I want to do this? I guess we'll just call it backend. I don't know. Just specify so a couple of different types of expressions. So I'm building the abstract syntax tree, or AST. And in order to do that, I need to have a bunch of different types to kind of store the information. So for example, we're going to have things like binary, and that is going to refer to something like, say, I don't know, 1 plus 4. That's a binary expression. That's going to have to be stored as a binary expression. We're also going to have, let's see, unary, which is something like -1. The minus sign is an operator. The 1 is an integer. This is going to be a unary expression. Things in C that would also be equivalent would be something like if you have something like this. In that case, it's going to get the address of whatever this identifier is, if it has one, assuming it has one. What else? Something like maybe if. If statements, as the name implies, are often a statement, but some languages will make them expressions and forego the whole, what are they called? It's basically an if statement, but an operator, or ternary operators. A lot of languages will forego those. Not a lot. Some languages. Let's see. Rust does this. A lot of functional languages will do something like this, where the if statement is actually an expression where it returns the value of the, I think it's the last expression in the inside of the if expression, depending on which option gets selected. And I quite like it because I can never remember how ternary operators work. And so I think I'd prefer to do it with if expressions. Let's see. One that's definitely going to be a statement. Actually, let me just go up here. Dev, enum, statement type. Structures. so that's going to be a structure, or sorry, structures are a statement type, and they're going to contain a bunch of little bits of information, which is why it needs to have this backend pointer. So it's going to do type void backend, and as an example, do type def struct. Let's do struct declaration. I'll just do it struct dec, and then this is going to contain a bunch of expressions, because they're going to be actually might actually be statements, technically speaking, but they're going to be a particular kind of statement. So maybe member variable declaration or something like that. Those are not going to return a value. So they're going to be a statement. Anything that doesn't return a value is typically classified as a statement. Anything that does return a value is typically classified as an expression. So, Boolean expressions, integer expressions, function calls are an expression, things like that. So let's go ahead and define let's see. Something like this. Yep. And so this is going to have stuff like the identifier. It's going to have type, I guess. So this would be probably, I don't know, var type. Something like that. And then this, obviously because I have var type there, that's going to have to be some other enum that stores all that. But yeah, so something like that. And then inside of the structure declaration, we would have var_dec, and this would be a pointer, something like that. And it would also have, because it's a structure, it's going to have things like name. And I should probably actually say that this is a name, not just an identifier, because a name is a specific thing. Name. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to include there? I think. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to put in structure declaration. Maybe things like size, because you've got types and variables stuff in there. It might be useful to be able to just get access to the size, things like that. I'm not totally sure. That's going to require a bit more thought. But you can see how things are going here. Now you might be thinking, well, why not just have an expression as like a base class or something like that, and then have all the expression subtypes or statement subtypes as subclasses. And that would be the way to go if you were using something that had a class and inheritance model. C doesn't. And so in order to make this work, you kind of have to go with this sort of a roundabout way, which technically speaking, I think this is how inheritance systems will actually kind of handle this. Like they'll have this kind of stuff behind the scenes, but it's not something that the user is exposed to. So anyway, we're reaching the end of the hour here, and I'm kind of at the point where I've got to do a lot more thinking about how I want this to work. So I'm going to end the stream here, and we'll just come back to this probably tomorrow. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.